other judges sacked by former military ruler Pervez Musharraf. Details in this report by Sana Jamil.
It was the day he always believed in, though some of his supporters had doubts that the deposed Chief Justice will be restored one day. Iftikhar Chaudhry, flanked by family and friends, waved to his jubilant supporters who had gathered outside his residence in Islamabad. Chaudhry briefly stepped outside to greet them and to wave to the cameras. People in Islamabad who felt besieged only a day earlier were also relieved.
Yeah, well, it's a very historical day in Pakistan.
To be very honest, I think I'm very cautious in celebrating because of the fact that a lot of political parties have been involved in it.
Well, I have very mixed feelings and I'm cautiously optimistic.
Justice Chaudhry's reinstatement has cooled tension, but friction is likely to persist between the government and the opposition, as analysts believe it was something long due and the PPP should have played its card in a better way.
Now the ball is in the court of the politicians, because there were parties, especially the opposition parties, who had said that we have one-point agenda of restoration of Chief Justice of Pakistan. Now their demand is met already. Now the more serious issues like the extremism, religious extremism, militancy and law and order situation and economic crisis, they should concentrate on these issues, because opposition parties had been significantly silent on the issue of militancy and extremism, and people were criticizing them and saying that they have a soft corner for the militants and for the religious extremists. Now it is their duty to solve this issue also and restore the law and order situation in Pakistan so that people can feel safe.
The disgruntled PPP leader Etazaz Ehsan, who even drove the supposed CJ from one city to another during the lawyers' struggle, was always confident that Iftikhar Chaudhry will be restored sooner than the later. Almost 8 months ago, when he met President Zardari in Islamabad and discussed the restoration issue, he told the media that the president had assured him that Chief Justice would be restored. After much chaos, life is limping back to normalcy in Islamabad, but people are wondering as to who won the battle. The Sharif brothers, who supported the cause even at the cost of their government in Punjab, or President Zardari, who can claim that he has kept his word. Sana Jamil, Dawn News.
As the post Chief Justice Iftikhar Chaudhry became a sitting constitutional head of the judiciary with a single announcement by Prime Minister Yusuf Raza Gilani. But many wonder what the new equation will be like between President Zardari and the restored CJ. Our correspondent Aman Azad finds out.
With jubilant crowds thronging the judicial colony all day, the Chief Justice Iftikhar Chaudhry's official residence has become the hottest place in Islamabad. While many seem content with celebrating the restoration of the deposed Chief Justice, some wonder what this decision means for President Zardari.
He is a democratically elected president of Pakistan. He is the co-chairman of the largest political party in Pakistan. And I must tell the nation that under Article 248 of the Constitution, as President of Pakistan, he is protected both as to civil proceedings and criminal proceedings right through the tenure of his office. And even if there is something in the NRO which protected him at the time, he does not need NRO at this time. Even if NRO goes, he is not a convicted person. He qualifies under Article 62 and 63.
And that's not the whole story. Senior lawyer leaders also feel that the sitting Chief Justice Abdul Hamid Dogar's chapter will have to be scratched out of judicial history to reveal true colors of success.
I am not satisfied with what Prime Minister Gilani said last night. We are very clear that all the dirt has to be cleared from the judiciary.
And how will that happen, sir?
That has to happen because you cannot have a judiciary only with a Chief Justice and all kind of dishonest elements sitting in it, like Abdul Hamid Dogar.
As the jubilation continues at the CJ's residence, the restored Chief Justice may finally be able to cast a carefree gaze at the scenic Margalas from the lawns of the CJ House. However, the bigger challenge of providing justice to the people remains. And the other half of the equation is the infamous NRO and how the Chief Justice will prevent a possible showdown between him and President Zardari on the same account. Aman Azhar, Dawn News, Islamabad.
The Nawaz League and the legal fraternity have called off their cross-country protest or long march after the government restored all sacked judges, including Chief Justice Iftikhar Chaudhry. The government's decision has ended an unprecedented movement by the lawyers and the civil society that began first in March 2007 and then again in November of that year. Piyush Chaudhry has a timeline of the judicial crisis.
9th of March 2007, President Musharraf suspends Iftikhar Chaudhry for what he calls misuse of authority. 12th of March, lawyers begin court boycott in support of Justice Chaudhry. 13th of March, Justice Chaudhry appears before senior judges to answer allegations against him. 18th of April, Iftikhar Chaudhry challenges the composition of Supreme Court bench hearing charges against him. 6th of May, at a huge rally in Lahore, Justice Chaudhry attacks what he calls states which are based on dictatorship. 12th of May, pro-government activists clash with opposition supporters, leading to a violence as Justice Chaudhry flies to Karachi, intending to address a rally. Several killed. 2nd of July, Supreme Court throws out evidence that government lawyers wanted to use against Iftikhar Chaudhry, describing it as scandalous. 20th of July, Supreme Court reinstates Chief Justice Chaudhry, declaring his suspension illegal. 23rd of August, Justice Chaudhry rules that Nawaz Sharif can return to Pakistan from exile. 10th of September, General Musharraf deports Nawaz Sharif just 4 hours after his arrival in Pakistan. 13th of September, Chief Justice Iftikhar Chaudhry establishes a Supreme Court bench to rule on whether General Musharraf can stand for re-election. 5th of October, General Musharraf announces Benazir Bhutto would be exempt from prosecution on corruption charges if she returns to Pakistan. 6th of October, General Musharraf is re-elected president, but Supreme Court warns that result will not be ratified until it rules on his eligibility. 3rd of November, General Musharraf declares a state of emergency, dismissing Justice Chaudhry. Benazir flies back to Pakistan. 18th of February 2008, PPP and PMLN defeat PMOQ in general elections. 9th of March, PPP and PMLN agree to form coalition government and to restore sacked judges within 30 days after formation of government. 18th of May, PMLN pulls out of federal cabinet after government fails to meet the deadline for the judges' restoration. 7th of August, PPP and PMLN agree to impeach President Musharraf and to restore sacked judges within 24 hours of his ouster. 18th of August, Pervez Musharraf resigns as president, but judges are not restored, leading to parting of ways between PPP and PMLN.
मुस्ताफी होने की का फैसला करता हूं.
25th February 2009, Supreme Court disqualifies the Sharif brothers from holding any public office. Government imposes governor rule, leading to political turmoil in the province. 12th of March 2009, Long March begins. Lawyers and political supporters kick off the march to pressurize the government to reinstate the Chief Justice and sack judges.
Well, time now for a short break, but still to come, with the restoration of the judiciary, some believe that the era of confrontation has come to an end. But according to Etizaz Ehsan, one of the principal leaders of the lawyers' movement, the struggle for democracy is just beginning.